Well, all right. Let's get into it, boys. So, I guess we should probably show them character creation, yeah?
Yeah, you should get them.
I suppose so. Bling clean.
Bling clean.
Bling. So, I mean, since you guys are here, would you guys like to do a breakdown of character creation here? Kind of explain like what your guys' dev process is in terms of how you want characters to be made, etc., etc.
It's primarily Nick's wheelhouse. This is really his thing, but the basic idea is we want a character creation system, given that our focus is more on having a character than having them in the world, so not as much on character development, and more on running a character to their sort of just ultimate end. We're trying to offer a lot of options to give an interesting playthrough on a per character basis. So everything you see in here is just sort of meant as flavor for you to go forward with.
Okay. I remember Nick, he actually told me that a lot of these like construction worker, repairman, chef, and stuff like that, these are more like designated roles for you to kind of like specifically be powerful in a certain aspect of the game, like, you know, agriculture or cooking or being a doctor. And like, I correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the premises is like you don't want anybody to be a super soldier, and you want people to cooperate with other people because other people will have advantages over others. Like, you know, having a doctor in your base is going to be the guy who, you know, would be the guy who heals everybody, and your chef would be able to make the best meals, and he'd be able to get like some good boosts towards your group with those meals, or, you know, so on and so forth, I guess, or like your carpenter.
Yeah, the
Absolutely.
idea is basically that it's trying to prevent KOS. So if you search for a doctor, for example, you just shoot everyone on the side.
I see.
You're gonna ask him first, and then you shoot him.
So attributes here. Are attributes something that could be leveled as you play, or is that only your skills?
Attributes at the current time you can't actually level those, but you can definitely like improve them using perks. So depending on like things you have or like clothes that you wear, it's going to affect the outcome of stuff. Like, for example, if you're wearing armor, it's going to obviously make you take less damage, but they're not like character stats that you can level, no.
Okay, that's cool. So like when you make your attributes, they're kind of like special stats in Fallout, where it's like these are locked in for your entire playthrough, and you're kind of like, you like, they give like specific Stark advantages for certain things in terms of gameplay.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I love how you guys made the perk system here too. I know this is Nick's brainchild, but I love like the negatives and positives. So like for example, like you can get the ability to gain CPR, and that takes away points. But then I can be like, all right, I'm also going to do peanut allergy, and you get more points back so that you can have more positives. So it creates a lot of like counter negatives. So like you can have a bunch of buffs, but you can also give yourself debuffs in order to give yourself more buffs. And it kind of creates like a unique play style for yourself, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of ways of like flavoring your kind of your run through, you know.
Right.
We definitely have to limit it at some point though, because I think right now it's possible to just pick like every perk because it's plus and minus, and we've had a few playthroughs of like really strange characters that seem to have every condition on the planet.
Yeah, they just max out everything.
I want people to make no hope challenges like in Zomboid, where they just take every single negative thing and nothing positive. That's what I want people to do as a challenge.
All right, let's go ahead and click through. So character customization here is pretty in depth. Obviously, a lot of it's still placeholder, but I like that you guys are basically allowing for, you know, like full on customization of the character, kind of like Fallout or Skyrim, letting people kind of do whatever they want.
Still prototyping a little bit of the like the feature selection and everything, because we're probably not gonna, if we have like 30 different beards, we're probably not gonna have just like this list and everything. But yeah, let's just get on the ground running pretty fast.
Right.
Of course, they don't apply right now.
Right. So I guess we'll do a little run through the inventory here. I like the UI, honestly. It's very familiar.
Also, keep in mind this build is like 3 to 4 versions out of date.
Okay.
We currently have a much better one in the works.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. You guys are going to be going through a lot of development growing pains. Obviously, like all this clipping here and stuff like that isn't obviously final.
Yeah, of course.
Well, let's show people some guns, I guess. This is personally my favorite. It's the Uzi.
Yeah, I just hammered out. Me and Nick hammered out the attachment system. I don't know how many of the the attachments are specifically in this range, but you should be able to get a feel for what's in here.
Okay.
Some of the stock folding stuff doesn't work yet, but the functionality is there.
Yeah. You guys did a great job on the animations. Like the guns actually, like they click and clack. They actually, you know, they don't like. It doesn't feel like this static thing on my screen. Like it feels like it has weight and motion to it. It doesn't feel like, I don't know, like cheap. I guess would be the right word.
I appreciate it. Me and one of my sound guys put in a lot of time and effort to trying to get at least to one survival game with some decent gunplay. It's primarily what's put me off of playing survival games, just how shitty the shooting mechanics are.
Oh, 100%. I mean, a lot of games just like that's the first thing that people recognize is the ability to like move and handle the weapon and stuff. That's the first thing that they notice.
That's my favorite gun in the build right now.
This thing's sweet. I love the animations already.
Oh, dude.
I'm getting some real Fallout New Vegas vibes.
Yeah, I want to do another one of these. I definitely want to do something that I can stick sights on.
4570 government, baby. Get the big boy.
Yeah, just like there's some stuff I have to. I'm filling in as I'm going and fixing stuff. So
how many guns in total do you guys have currently?
Like 30.
Jesus.
Way too many.
Well, I mean that's that. Well, I mean I don't think that too many is a bad thing because in a game like this, variety is the spice of life.
Well, not if you have to set them up for third person like I had to do.
Oh yeah, that was right here. Right?
It's a work in progress, chat. All right.
Oh,
What do you mean? That's a force perk.
Oh yes, yes indeed. The force inspection. Yes, yes.
Okay. Is there a resting stance? Yes, there is. You can hit the H key. The H key puts your gun down without putting it away.
Yeah, like kind of below ready, I guess. Those animations are so good.
So for the most part, most everything should work in ADS. There's some stuff that I have to go through and manually kind of probably disable it just because it looks a little weird, but for the most part, I like being able to check my ammo while I'm ADSing. It's a nice little perk of just how we did the system.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I feel like the ADS while reloading and checking should be a perk.
Yeah. I remember it being a perk in Far Cry, I think.
Yeah, Far Cry 2, right?
It's either Far Cry 2 or Far Cry 3. I can't remember. About the character, the optics should work. Yeah, there you go.
Some people are totally going to get killed by hitting the safety on their gun.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the compilations of people dying because their guns on safety.
We've had some internal tests, and we have had firefights break out where people have died because their gun was on safety and just didn't realize.
That's hilarious.
Will the gore system be on launch? Yes.
It honestly is really satisfying.
There's someone earlier that asked if the gunshot sounds changed based on the environment. They do. I worked very hard on that.
The gore still needs a good pass.
Yeah, sure. It's honestly, it's still nice for first implementation. It just like it looks satisfying, like seeing like the face get ripped off.
It's good enough for an alpha.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Where are the rest of these zombongos at, man? Where the hell did they go? Oh shit.
I'm just gonna say our eating system is actually in currently. Your character needs to eat fairly regularly to keep themselves from starving, as well as consume fluids to stay hydrated. Earlier on in the stream, Clean actually did show that the need system was ticking down, and that the player character will eventually need to consume more to stay alive.
We got ourselves a crash.
First one of the day.
Yeah, first one of the day. Shit happens. Rip. Oh, we're all those Val gamers in chat, boys. We know we love our AS Val. You guys can thank me for getting this added to the game.
They even exist.
This is my backer gun. Nice. Let's show you Markstrom's gun. So if you guys know Markstrom TV, he got this gun added to the game. EBR.
If you do the list items for M14, you probably actually get the other stocks too.
Okay.
There's like 5 of them.
Ooh, oh wow, there is a lot of stocks. Holy crap. SOCOM.
It's gonna have gun jamming, yes, but it's not in this build right now. And probably not in the closed alpha at the start. Gonna implement that later.
Hey, don't poo-poo the Todd 34, right?
TOS 34 is a dope ass gun. Where you going, boy?
So the reason they're doing it, this is because there's no nav mesh on this map because of an error. And we actually added new particles as well.
Clean. I saw a lot of people asking about. Yes,
Whoa.
yeah, they'll do that occasionally.
Don't get too close.
Oh!
That M14's people needed them.
Yeah, that's one of the SCPs we implemented.
Later on during development, we do have plans in place for a fully fledged electrical system. So there'll be a persistent network of transmission stations and such. So if a given substation fails, you may have to go repair it or turn it back on depending on what's happening. But that is something for the future.
The game is first person only. There's no third person. There's only third person for debug. But,
Whoa!
oh, he spawned on top of the blocking volume.
How did you do that?
I have no idea.
DevCon, why no third person? That's an easy one. Third person especially a multiplayer online game is incredibly exploitable in just about every way. And it tends to make engagements with other players very unfun for people who are fighting another player who's going to be exploiting those systems. With that being the case, it just doesn't really work for us. Not to mention we feel like it adds a lot more useful immersion.
I gave the example earlier.
We internally tested the netcode many times, yes.
Just last night, Shiny here and I were actually running in-game for 2 hours. No crashes or anything like that. We were just exploring and doing some looting.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm playing on the server right now and it's working really good.
Again, I still feel like you guys got an incredible base here for like what makes a good survival game. Like you got really good gunplay. It may not be perfect, but it's like it's good. It's better than anything that I've seen released in the past 5 years since like DayZ standalone. And you guys have like all of these core features, maybe fully functional or not, but they're there. Like base building, skills, medical, zombies, AI, traders, safe zones, all of these different things that like most games in the same genre have like completely like lacked for years. Like you have to wait months and months just to have vehicles, months and months just for base building, months and months just to have a proper medical system that makes sense. You guys got an incredibly strong base here, and that's why I think it's going to be one of Dead Matter's biggest strengths, really.
Somebody's asking here, Shiny, when you grenaded that big old swarm of infected last night, that was probably, what, 20, 25 of them right there?
At least.
Yeah, it was quite a few. And it was performing quite well then, I'd say.
Just big boom, bro. That's it.
It's good timing. Oh, can I actually potentially showcase the weather in the firing range?
Sure,
Like
yeah.
If you want to head
snow.
outside and kick some rain off, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, kind of fly up here.
I'm seeing some people here asking about this. So we will have an NDA in place for the closed alpha. It will be prohibiting sharing of any closed alpha content both during and after the launch of the closed alpha. We will be making very selective, curated exceptions, such as this one, for some of our partnered content creators. But otherwise, we're going to be holding off on sharing closed alpha content because, again, it's a closed alpha. It's not ready for public consumption.
Crossbows are planned, and yes, there is leaning. There's even like Tarkov leaning, like sequential leaning, if you use the mouse wheel.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can only. Yeah.
Well, so will snow like slowly build up over time as well?
Yep, not in the closed alpha though.
Yeah,
okay.
it's not in yet. But we have the shader and everything.
Oh, goddamn.
I saw this asked in here, why are we doing keys all in one go? That is because we need to centralize our key distribution. Basically, you were able to purchase this game across 3 different platforms, and all of them are a little bit different, and it makes it kind of a nightmare for us to manage getting everything copacetic and actually getting the keys out to everyone. So we would prefer to take the time to get everything centralized on our website where we're going to actually be distributing the keys from, and then just do it all in one go, as opposed to trickle people in and just sort of end up fighting with issues as, keys might not be valid or various minor problems pop up.
To answer someone's question, there is vaulting.
Piggleman, we don't have any specific plans right now for site ranging, I believe. During closed alpha, server options will be quite limited. Again, we want to focus on getting just a good, curated experience in. Once we get that done, we're going to start looking at server options, but right now we need to focus on getting the game as we want it built, right?
I love the rain effect on the glass here.
Oh, you don't know how hard I worked to get that to work properly.
Dude, it looks nice. It looks really good.
Take out a weapon.
Oh, forgot about this.
Oh yeah, the water. Oh, that actually looks really good. Nice.
I will unashamedly admit that I got that idea from Tarkov. Okay.
I was actually gonna say this reminds me of Battlefield 3. During some of the rain maps when your gun would get like super wet.
I'll have to go back and play that game. I didn't know that was a feature in there.
Hey, Clean, want to try dumping around into that light up there?
Oh, I'll stab it.
So the closed alpha will be seeing continued updates and patches. What we're showing here is not going to be the final state of things, and our backers who are in the closed alpha are going to get to experience the game as it evolves and changes with time, and are going to help inform us, at sort of making decisions to make a better game with time.
People are hyped.
How come
man.
the zombies look so derpy? So that's not our final zombie model. We have a new one coming down the pipeline. It's just not in yet. During the closed alpha, you will likely see that upgraded pretty soonish. I've seen mentions of Narinko weapons quite a few times. We're not really focusing on specific brands, but there are a few weapons in there you're going to see that are rather similar to the Narinko versions of weapons you see sold in Canada quite a bit.
In fact, we actually have we will have an SKS coming down the pipeline at some point soon.
Nice.
So,
Will there be human NPCs? Not for the closed alpha launch, but during closed alpha, yes.
I'll give you the bills.
Day and night cycle, it's 5 times faster than real life, but you can configure it in the server config. So you can set it to 1, so it's like 1-to-1 in real life if you want to do that.
Awesome.
Currently, lights, once they're blown out, are gone. It's rather hard to repair a broken light bulb, I find. The closed alpha will be going public Thursday-ish of next week, again, dependent on your time zone and where you live on the planet. We have in-game VoIP with proximity. No, so early access is going to be an early access launch. We're going to be opening things up for broader, more widespread feedback before we go to the official final launch of the game.
How do you rate bases? You basically can change the locks on doors, so people have to lock pick them or break them down, which makes noise and basically attracts infected. You can place traps and fortify windows and build walls and all that good stuff. So it's pretty classic right now, but we have some plans for the future for better fortifications and raiding.
To expand on that, it's not just going to be like you I don't know, kick down a door and there you go, and there goes like 4 hours of building work, right? Like you're going to be able to upgrade your door so that people need special tools to break it down using like, I don't know, like you might be able to get a metal door of some kind, and then you need a special power saw to get through it, which is going to take a ton of noise and a bit of time and that sort of thing. So we're definitely knee deep in that right now.
Are you guys gonna do like explosives potentially too, for like like really high value like doors and stuff?
Debloon, just answer that question you have there. Our servers are not hosted by us. The official servers are being hosted by Nitrado, and that is not something in our hands. We are only running official servers for the duration of the closed alpha. After that, we're going to be handing the whole thing off to the community, so they're free to do what they'd like with
Thank you for that so much. Just thank you for letting us have our own fucking servers and not have to go through some shitty company.
Yeah, there's gonna be female models, yes, but not at the start of closed alpha. They're gonna get sooner.
The same is the case for like NPCs with firearms out in the world. It'll be in the closed alpha, just not at launch. Good lord, I hope we don't have an ace medical system, because that thing is a buggy disaster.
Yeah, it's super overly complicated too.
There's co-op, in the sense that you can just host your own server and waitlist it and only allow your friends.
Just like a PvE server, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Do you guys have like a set list of features that will be available in alpha right now?
No, like we're just going to be working towards like finishing the, like once closed alpha launches, closed alpha is launching where we're in a happy place with, I guess, like playability and players can have fun with it and everything. And then EA is more just like, we're ready to like show the public, make videos, you know, all of the art is beautiful, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There is no clan system, and we don't have a plan for a clan system. The player group limit is 6 to 8 people. Anti-cheat is definitely coming. It's easy anti-cheat.
36 players is the limit for the closed alpha. We'll be upping that down the line. Also, I would like to note, yes, the master list, you're more than welcome to share that from our server. Please keep in mind, that is not a developer-curated list. That is a community-made list that is used to track things we have previously showcased. As a result, some things in there are not up to date or current, some things are no longer in the game, and other things have long since been released. Or replaced, rather. The closed alpha map will be 7.5 by 7.5 kilometers. Yes, you will be able to back after the closed alpha launches.
Bullets are physical objects flying in the air.
They do drop.
I will say that walking around in the map, like actually walking around in it, like people will say like, oh, 7.5, that's not that big, but when you're walking around in it, it's pretty damn big, dude.
I tried to run from one side of the map to the other, and it took me like 35 minutes.
Like it's not. You will need if you want to go from one end to the other, you will need a vehicle.
I don't know if it's planned if flashlights will blind other people.
You should totally add that. I mean, those things are bright as hell in real life.
It would be cool, but I don't know if we actually plan to do that. That's a big question.
Twist, nope. Closed alpha content will be under NDA even after the closed alpha ends. It is just the nature of the beast.
You can carry unconscious people and dead people around and place them anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead and steal your unconscious friends.
Steal his pants.
As long as I can feed him rotten fruit, I'll be happy.
Oh god, Daisy flashbacks.
Yeah.
The game is 60 gigabytes right now on Steam. It's probably gonna be a bit bigger once the closed alpha hits.
At the launch of the closed alpha, we currently do not have a system in place for you to spawn on your friends. It is currently just a randomized spawn point, I believe, close to where you died. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Kyle.
I believe that was
correct. Yeah. We will be looking at systems down the line, but right now it's not something we're prioritizing for the closed alpha.
There is offline raiding, yes.
60 gigabytes, that's 60.
You cannot...
60, chat.
you cannot show the NDA protected closed alpha to a friend. That would break the NDA, and would you get banned from the game, and later the gets your keys revoked, basically, even for early access and everything.
And then they'll subpoena your ass and you'll serve jail time. I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
I see a lot of people asking about server options. We will be implementing some. However, we can't go totally crazy with adding them because, again, we're developing a game. We're trying to build a curated, sort of experience for players. And if we're making it so, every other setting can be turned off, it's going to make it very hard for us to actually build a consistent experience for players. And we're going to see a lot of people sort of getting upset about that. Currently, no, you cannot fake death in Ragdoll. Down the line, we will be looking at adding mod support. It's unclear at this time how deep that's going to go. However, we have a lot of people on our team who come from the modding world, so a lot of us think it's a very important thing to have in our game.
The dedicated server files will be provided on closed alpha launch, so you can host your own server on any provider you want.
Currently, the screen doesn't show you who killed you or anything. I don't know if we want to do that. Me personally, I like seeing who killed me and why I died, but I don't think we're gonna do that. I don't know if we have plans for that.
There will be bows and stuff later, sometime during closed alpha launch, or sometime during closed alpha.
So for those of you who did purchase the custom hoodie or pet picture packs, those will be added at a later date. We will be contacting you in the future to add those. They're not currently a priority for what we're working on at this time, but once the time comes, we will be sending out emails to get all the requisite information from you.
There will be weapon condition and jamming at some point during CA.
Alpha streaming, closed alpha streaming, will be done by our partners with our approval. It will be very restricted, much like the stream here you saw today, because our focus is primarily on working on the game, not really,
Promoting it.
Yeah.
Selling copies. Yeah, that makes sense.
There are animals that you can hunt, and there's a hunting system that our very talented programmer Gunslinger put together.
It's really
Who's
cool.
that?
I've seen it. It's very cool. It's kind of like it reminded me of Scum a bit, like how you like chop the body up into parts, and like there's different parts that you can like then further dissect.
We are not going. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
No. So military vehicles, we're not going to have a whole lot in that area. We may have some lighter vehicles like soft skin trucks potentially, but that's something that remains to be decided.
It will be Windows hosting. We do intend to get a Linux dedicated server up within a few months, probably, hopefully. But for now, yeah, just Windows.
Lol, Linux.
The early
Linux is
access.
you're talking about.
The early access should be out on Steam sometime early next year. It remains to be seen precisely when that will be, and we'll make an announcement when we can. No, you will not be able to preload the game. Due to the way Steam handles things such as closed alpha, we cannot offer a preload option, so unfortunately you will have to download it the day it goes out as soon as you get your key.
All right. So I think we'll wrap it about there. So guys at QI, thank you again for your time. Thanks for letting me do the stream and kind of show off a small little portion of your game. I'm sure chat really appreciates it as well. They appreciate your time and your answering of their questions that they have so many of. Chat, I will be sure to get a post written up of every question asked and answered for you guys. I'll get that done later today. I'll also be highlighting this video as well on Twitch. And again, any YouTubers who are watching the stream right now, please feel free to use this content. I'm going to be highlighting it on Twitch so you guys can easily dissect it. I'll just give you the raw beginning and to the end. So if you guys want to make YouTube videos, post your own reactions, please do. You guys are more than welcome to use my content and make your own videos.